Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is the Chic for Cheap challenge and it is hosted by Christi Creates and her co-host this month is Cuttin Corners Vinyl. I will leave the link to their channels in the description box and also the link to the playlist with all the videos participating in this challenge. So please visit the channels of the hostesses and watch the videos in the playlist. Thank you in advance for your support. Today my inspiration piece was this one. It's a cutting board from Kirkland's. It's $16.99. I think it's beautiful, but I don't like the price, even if it is not too high, to be honest. But the main problem is that this original one is 16 inches by 20 inches, which is huge for my small kitchen. I have a corner where I have a vignette and I really need some sign to place there, so I'm going to make a smaller version. And as you can see, I'm going to use one of these canvases from the Crafter Square at Dollar Tree. I didn't remove the staples. I cut with a X-Acto knife all the border of the canvas and save the frame also, because I'm going to use everything in reverse. The canvas is going to be in the back of the frame. Here is the frame. This is the original color, and I use my favorite stain, which is not a stain, but I use it as one, and I'll also use it, and it's awesome, to mimic a rusting on metal. So it's a liquid shoe polish in brown from Dollar Tree. It's really easy to use. And you can see here how easily I can stain this wood. So I did that all around the frame, in the front, on the sides, on the insides, and I'm going to then later finish these parts with a paintbrush. And I also used as a handle, like in the original image, this tip of those stirring sticks for paint, for mixing paint well. So I stained it in the same way. And now I'm going to work in the canvas. I know I say this every time, but I can't stress enough how wonderful it is to print whatever you're going to transfer on a white surface on vellum paper. I did that to save time. I almost already finished the sign, but I left these letters and I'm going to transfer them on camera for you to see. I need a pencil, please bear with me. I have one here. Let me find it. Here it is. You see, the fact that this is translucent, I can place the paper exactly where I need it to be to continue transferring it. And even when I am transferring something, if I make a mistake, I move the paper, whatever, you see, I can immediately place it again where it's supposed to be. So I went around all the letters in the back with a pencil. That allows me to transfer the words. So let's do this. Let me see, did I? No, I didn't. I wanted to show you this and I forgot. You see, you just kind of write it in reverse. I apply a lot of pressure so I can get a good transfer. the wood transferring. So now let's do this. Again, I can position it perfectly and get exactly the result I want. And on this side I also apply a lot of pressure so I can then see the letter in the canvas. And here you have it. Now the only thing I have to do is to go over them with, oops, with a Sharpie, a fine point Sharpie. Sorry about that. And then I have my word complete. Of course I have to fill these parts in to make the shadow, kind of a shadow, and that's mainly it. Now I have to glue this canvas to the frame. So I'm going to, first, I forgot, I cut all the borders that were excess. I left this one to show you how easy it is. So once I finish doing this, I'm going to glue the canvas to the frame, to the back of the frame. So I'm going to use this hot glue. Sorry, I'm really noisy. I'm going to do it in parts because the glue is going to dry. So I'm going to add it bit by bit. You have to be careful so no border shows after I glue it. Now let's continue. It doesn't need a lot of hot glue, just a little bit is enough. Otherwise you end up with a mess of hot glue showing through the front, and we don't want that. So I'm trying to tense this, and now I'm going to add more at the bottom. Easy peasy. Okay. Now that this is done, I have to work in the hand with the handle, on the handle. Oh my god, me and my English, as I always say. I didn't want to make a hole because this is a kind of wood that tends to crack. So I made a mark, and first I'm going to add this piece of twine to the back to pretend that it comes from the front, as you are going to see in a few seconds. I'm generous with the hot glue because I don't want this to come loose and fall apart. So I need another stick. Here we go. I'm going to add, sorry if I'm covering the image, but I'm going to add more glue to be sure this is perfectly adhere. And you see, I went from one side to the other. And now I'm going to add the handle to the front of the frame. like so. Again, the queen of eyeballing. I hope this is the center. I think it is. Oh, I found out that I didn't stain this part, so I'm going to do that later. And here I'm going to glue this knot that I made with the same twine, so it will look like it's coming from the back, tying this hanger, this piece of twine, and that's it. I have to let this dry for a moment. I'm sorry I have paint inside my nails because I've been painting something in black that you're going to see in another video. So let's wait for this to dry. And in the meantime, I'm going to show you something that it has nothing to do with Chic for cheap. Well, maybe it's chic for cheap, but it's not inspired on anything. This is something I need for a shelf. So I took a piece of white foam from Dollar Tree. These are the sticks that I got a lot of them for free from my hardware store. The same ones that I showed you before I used for the handle, that you use to stir or mix paint. And I'm going to adhere them to the sides of the piece of foam, like so. I may have to reinforce them because I don't want to make you lose your time looking at me gluing something, which you know how to do that. So I'm going to be as quick as possible, as fast. I'm going to do this as fast as possible. So bear with me. It's going to take a moment. And this will be done. I painted them in gray with the regular acrylic paint. And now I have to insert these pieces here. I think they go here. Yes, and I have to finish them better because I wanted them to go in between these two pieces, but I can't. So no worries, everything can be fixed. It's a matter of painting those borders and it will look okay. Of course, now I'm thinking if I place them in between the longest sticks, the shorter ones are going to be taller, so that's impossible. That's not good. So I'm going to glue them this way. I may add something in the corners. This is something that I've done. I made very quickly this afternoon because I need to fill that space in my shelf, and I went around looking for something I had in my stash that didn't need a lot of work and that would look good. So that's why it's not the most perfect piece, but it's going to look nice once it's finished. And now I'm going to add this reindeer moss, which, as I usually say, I love it, but it's a mess. It's a real mess. This is going to cover a lot of imperfections, hopefully. And here we go. Oh, a flower. That doesn't belong there. I want to fill it in as much as possible, as I said, to cover the imperfections and mistakes I may have made during this process. But I also need some room because I'm going to add some candles. And we are almost finished. Let me see if I can add the candles now. I need 3 of them. They are from Dollar Tree. These are the candles I'm using. It's one of the few products that you always find there, because there are so many beautiful things that you get them and then you go back for more and they are gone. And then you start to cry. And they sell them online, but sometimes you have to buy like 30 or 40. You have to buy a full box, and no, $30 plus shipping and handling. Even though you send them to the store, they charge you for handling. It's like $4, and $4 are 4 items. So I always try to find the things I need at the store. And here you have it, a nice piece for my shelf. Yes, definitely I'm going to add something here later, but well, I wanted you to see this because I think it's really nice. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done it already, and ring the bell so you will be notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much to Christi for hosting this challenge every month. Please visit her channel and watch the videos in the playlist. And thank you so very much to all of you for watching my video. Hope to see you in my next one, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye bye.